It is the most amazing experience to be able to go out in Sierra Leone, to actually see the country, to participate in what the charity does and to run. And they are all unforgettable experiences, quite frankly.
The feeling that I had on race day morning, when it turned up and it was dark at the time, we arrived about 5:30 in the morning, and everybody's bustling around, and you can feel the real energy and excitement for what's about to happen.
Race day itself was amazing, from the morning where we all sort of had this nervous excitement to the running between the villages and having the locals out supporting you.
The enthusiasm there was about the marathon and everyone participating in it was absolutely mind-blowing, a real experience to remember for the rest of your life.
Sierra Leone is an amazing country. Just the people, like the warmth and like the appreciation of everyone is just a fantastic place to be.
The people was just so friendly and so welcoming, and every day was just something completely different.
Well, we started the race early in the morning, so the conditions for the first couple of hours were fine, and then as the sun comes up it does start to warm up. But by then everybody, you're so into it, you're halfway round, you're high-fiving all the kids. I didn't really notice the heats.
Once you've got over the fact that it's pretty hot and you're going to be sweating a lot for the next sort of 4 or 5 hours, you just get into it and it's great. You almost forget about how hot it is because of where you are and the scenery and the atmosphere, and you sort of just really get stuck in.
My favourite story from the whole trip was meeting the children that we were raising the funds for.
I think with charity it's so important to know exactly where your money is going and where your fundraising efforts are going, and you can ask people honest questions about, has this project actually helped you?
I think it was the day before the race, and we had some runners coming to one of our street child centres, and we just had the most amazing day. The school put on an amazing display for us, singing, dancing, theatre, plays, and then we had a tour of the school and then an incredibly competitive volleyball match.
It was really special being able to meet the beneficiaries. We'd spent a long time in the lead up to the race doing the fundraising, and it was great to be able to see where this money was actually going.
It was amazing. Visiting the projects was fantastic. Getting off the buses and just being swamped by what seems like thousands of children.
So the other races that I've competed in have been very big organised events, and it was very, very nice to be part of a race where you weren't concerned about time. This was more about taking in the experiences.
I would say run this race for the experience rather than as a competitive race, because the truth is the conditions are challenging, but the experience is such that more than makes up for it.
Nothing compares to it. There's the beauty of the surroundings, the appreciation of the people, and also the time you actually have sort of running by yourself and really taking it all in and not being surrounded by 10,000 people really gives you time to think about why you're here and sort of appreciate, what you're running for.
It's a wonderful country full of really welcoming people, beautiful scenery to run through, very safe.
As soon as I arrived in Sierra Leone, I felt very safe. As I said before, I've been out to East Africa before and had many adventures out there and never once really felt threatened.
I felt very safe in Sierra Leone. There was sort of periods in the race where I'd be running by myself and I didn't feel any sort of discomfort at all in that situation.
It's a very vibrant, very friendly community, and as travelling anywhere, providing you make sure that you take care of yourself, there are no worries whatsoever in terms of safety in Sierra Leone.
Pleasantly surprised by how safe I felt walking around. Women absolutely fine walking around alone. I had no problems.
In terms of the actual race on the day, it was incredibly safe. There were people to help every sort of mile. I think there were people helping, giving you drinks, giving you support, medical advice. It was really, really safe.
Well, returning home, it did take a few days to get back to normal in the UK because it was a memorable experience, and I'm sure I bored all my friends talking about it for at least 2 or 3 weeks afterwards.
You actually get to relive it every sort of 5 minutes. You're constantly reliving your story and remembering new anecdotes and telling it to anyone who would listen, and there's a real sense of that. I mean, I have barely stopped talking about it since I got back.
The one piece of advice that I would give to anyone considering entering the race is definitely to go for it. These opportunities don't come along very often.
Forget your worries, run. You'll not regret it.
Enter.
I've dragged my mum along to come and run. She's going to run the full marathon. So if I can convince my mum to come out and run, I think nobody's got an excuse and everybody can join in.